from the station you count on. In-depth, investigative coverage of today's biggest stories. This is KARK 4 News at 10 in high definition.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Bob Clausen.
I'm Jessica Dean. Little Rock police at a standoff right now. It's a developing story that we're watching very closely. We're going to take you now to a live look. Little Rock's SWAT team at a house on the 2800 block of State Street. Lieutenant Terry Hastings says two brothers were in a fight when one shot a gun into the air. One brother now in police custody.
The other brother is the cause of all this, barricaded inside this house by himself, we're told. This has been going on for about an hour plus right now. Of course, we'll keep you updated on this story as soon as it develops. In situations like this, the SWAT team and the police department, they like to make sure there's a safe zone around the area where this person's barricaded in there, and then just try to wait them out. Also, negotiators will probably be on scene right now talking to this person, or at least trying to kind of get their mindset figured out, and then they'll move on from there. And hopefully, the ideal situation would be to end this peacefully. The man comes out and meets with police, and then obviously would face some charges.
Try to get that communication line open.
And no one gets hurt. But the good thing at this point now, no one has been injured. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that.
Indeed. Well, a missing girl at home safe tonight.
Hey, Rochelle. There's for you.
There she is right there. Adriana Duan was reunited with her family this afternoon. Her mother says her fiance took the 5-year-old Tuesday morning and disappeared. The girl was found abandoned in a room with beer cans and drug paraphernalia at a Little Rock motel on South University.
All I could think about my baby, you know, what's done happened to her. Is she okay? Is she alive? You know, that's all that would run through my mind constantly.
Are you so excited to see your mom again?
What's that?
This is the microphone.
A very talkative little girl. The fiance, Byron Cornelius, could be facing charges, but that investigation ongoing.
New for you tonight at 10 o'clock. After the firing of 4 employees during a fraud investigation, UAPB Chancellor Lawrence Davis Jr. hosted a town hall meeting of sorts tonight on the campus. The idea was to address concerns that students have, the alleged misuse of $500,000 in payroll and $239,000 in expenses in the housing department there, the dorms, a couple of them. How successful he was depends on who you ask tonight.
Some of us students feel like he kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but he did address the fact that tuition wouldn't be affected at all.
We just want to know what really happened. That's it. Just get to the bottom line, know what's going on about our school.
With all the problems that's going on, all of us as students, we need to have receipts and everything. He got copies, we need copies.
The chancellor clearly said that everything is accounted for within the missing funds, on which has been reported, and everything is accounted for through the dormitories that we have here on campus.
In the meantime, the U of A system has taken control of the university's housing department, which will make certain that university payroll and purchasing procedures are followed to the letter. The U of A system will address the audit during its meeting that will take place next month.
It's a dialogue opening on a national forum. Teens in a community struggling for support. Those who identify themselves as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. Locally, a grassroots effort has sprung up to get homeless LGBT youth off the streets in Central Arkansas. KARK4's Marcy Maley taking an in-depth look now at what's been dubbed a homeless epidemic. Marcy?
Jessica, with the national launch of the Born This Way Foundation today, a lot of people asking the question, how many resources do young adults in the LGBT community have? According to those involved here in Little Rock, many folks you see on the street are there because they aren't straight. The faces we picture as the homeless population are often old, not teenagers who could be the kid next door.
Never really thought about it. I think like so many people don't think about it.
But some are teens, sleeping on the streets, and many identify as gay, lesbian, transgender, or bisexual.
I mean, that's a pretty common thing, especially in Arkansas.
Told by parents to get straight or get out of the house.
Being a homeless youth is hard enough as it is, but once you start putting, you know, being gay or lesbian on top of that, or a transgender, it makes it even that much harder.
Penelope Poppers, the president of Little Rock-based Lucy's Place, a nonprofit working to open a transitional living program for homeless LGBT youth.
A lot of people not realizing this is an issue because it is so easy to hide. You know, you can look at you can't always necessarily look at someone and know their sexual orientation or their gender identity.
Nationally, only 5 to 10% of the youth population identifies as LGBT. But among homeless youth, the number skyrockets, quadrupling to anywhere from 20 to 40%.
The whole situation is very grim. You know, there really isn't much positive to say about it anywhere.
The risk factors also rise. These homeless teens rejected by family are 8 times more likely to commit suicide, 6 times as likely to experience depression, 3 times as likely to have unprotected sex in exchange for things like food, water, and shelter.
And I think you need to be sad. You know, you shouldn't be. If you hear about all this and you're not sad, then you're probably not paying attention.
Finding folks willing to put their name on a picture that isn't pretty is tough. So celebrities, Lady Gaga chief among them, have stepped up to the megaphone to speak up for those who come out.
You know, there's a lot of LGBT people follow her kind of religiously.
On Wednesday, she launched a major initiative for LGBT youth through the Born This Way Foundation.
Be a bit kinder, a bit more loving, a bit more tolerant of even the most minuscule thing. I believe it will be quite easy to change the world.
While Penelope's happy to see the stories in the spotlight on the national stage,
you know, we also need to recognize that it's not just celebrities that need to care.
She knows if help is going to come for these teens in Central Arkansas, it has to come from people who walk the same streets these kids sleep on. Now, Lucy's Place, in the process of fundraising for the shelter it hopes to open in 2013. It's actually hosting an art show on March 9th with 60 different pieces or so up for auction to benefit the transitional housing program. For more information on that or how to get involved in the organization, visit our website, arkansasmatters.com.
Marcy, thanks. North Little Rock police investigating who sent a pipe bomb to an office building this afternoon. That happened just before 2 o'clock at the Family Service Building on the 600 block of Broadway. Police say a pipe bomb with wires was found on someone's desk there. The Little Rock Bomb Squad called in to retrieve it. They say they're still investigating how it got there and why.
Some lawmakers at the Capitol today say they have come up with a rather simple solution to a complex problem, the repeal of a trucker's tax break. Other stories making headlines tonight are that, and others included. The reason, some argue, the tax break is expected to go into effect in July this year. It was part of a deal with the trucking industry that never came to pass. But some GOP senators have been opposed to the repeal, saying it can be seen as a tax hike and it should be addressed during a regular session. So today, a bipartisan group of House members came up with a plan to push back the date the tax break would become effective, 1 year. But still, some lawmakers, they're not sold on this. The session is supposed to wrap up on Friday, but this could throw a wrench in things. We'll let you know.
A man accused of a deadly hit and run behind bars tonight. Hot Springs police say a man was hit and killed in late January on the 100 block of Golf Links Road. Today, police arrested Floyd Emerson Jr. in connection with that hit and run. Their reports say Emerson was driving a friend home when he hit a person crossing the street and kept going. He later washed the car of evidence with that friend, according to police. Emerson currently faces negligent homicide charges.
Tonight, deputies are investigating a homicide just outside of Hot Springs city limits. It happened in the driveway of a home in the 200 block of Ledgerwood. Sheriff's deputies found the body of 34-year-old Maxwell Anderson there. He was pronounced dead on the scene from a gunshot wound. Tonight, we're told no motive or suspects. If you know anything about this crime, call your local police.
Marion County deputies say an online investigation helped them catch a Pangburn man who was in possession of child pornography. Deputies arrested 53-year-old Kenneth Yarbrough today after he chatted online with an agent posing as a 14-year-old. Yarbrough reportedly sent graphic images of himself to that undercover agent. He's currently being held on $50,000 bond in the Marion County Jail.
Now from KARK4, your weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.
Well, good Wednesday evening, everybody. Our next storm spotter class fast approaching down in Arkadelphia. It'll be tomorrow night, Thursday, March the 1st at 6 p.m. Go to kark.eventbrite.com and sign up. There are tickets left. You have to have a ticket. It is free. We also have another event coming up in Benton on March the 12th. The registration will open on Friday, and the makeup class in Russellville is on March 16th, same date and time. 82 degrees, a high temperature in Little Rock today broke our record of 78 set back in 1932. Hot Springs setting a record at at 80 today, 75 at Monticello, and northwest Arkansas, mid to upper 60s. Temperatures right now beginning to cool off where those winds have dropped off. 48 right now at Fayetteville, 45 at Clinton. Here in town, we've got 59 degrees and 50 down at Camden. Most folks seeing temperatures down into the 30s and 40s as we head through the nighttime hours tonight. Just some high clouds moving across areas of southern Arkansas. We're not expecting any precipitation tonight. The front that caused the thunderstorms across northern Arkansas and southeastern Arkansas now well off to the south and east. High pressure will build in during the day tomorrow. It's a high pressure coming from the desert southwest, so expect another warm day after a chilly start. We'll back up into the mid-70s tomorrow, but that high quickly moves eastward and we'll begin tapping moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. Couple of showers possible by this time tomorrow night. Better rain chances as we head into the day on Friday, and then it looks like that front will clear things out as we head toward the weekend. Cooler high pressure builds in, but things will warm up rather quickly by Sunday. As far as severe weather threat, I think as we head through late tomorrow night and very early pre-dawn hours Friday morning, we have a hail threat across northeastern Arkansas, and by Friday afternoon and Friday evening, it looks like a damaging wind threat, perhaps an isolated tornado for counties closest to the Mississippi River. Stay tuned, we'll keep you updated. Tonight, clear skies down to 44 for your trip into work or school tomorrow morning. A mostly sunny day on the way for tomorrow. A bit breezy by afternoon. Look for high of 75. Next 7 days shows that isolated severe threat, not for the Little Rock area per se, but mainly across eastern Arkansas. 80 degrees on Friday. That'll break the record of 78 set back in 1992. 58 on Saturday for Marathon Day, 67 the high after starting in the mid-30s, and then we're back up to around 70 to start the new work week. And of course, you can get our forecast anytime, 105.1 The Wolf, while you're jamming to the tunes.
All right, I'm looking at that little yellow dot on there for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's something, it's for Friday, so it's something to keep an eye on.
I'm jumping ahead.
For late tomorrow night and Friday, we'll keep you updated.
Okay.
You're leaping around.
I know.
It's a leap day.
Yeah.
Keith, thanks very much. North Little Rock gearing up for a rather large concert tomorrow.
Rather large indeed. The city is expecting thousands of parrot heads, as they are known, to watch Jimmy Buffett and his Coral Reefer Band perform at Verizon Arena tomorrow night. And that is where we find a parrot. It's probably being held by KARK4's Deidre Wilson. I'm just going to take a guess.
I believe that particular parrot head's birthday is today.
Yes.
Yes, Bob and Jessica, it is her birthday, but I'm just going to tell you about all the fans right here. It's our day today, the parrot heads. Take a look right behind me. All of them are here, even me. I'm a parrot head now, guys. The margarita machine is right there. You got all the fans. They're gearing up for the big Jimmy Buffett concert that's going to be out here. Can you imagine staying out here all night, having a good time? Well, let's take a look at some video and show you how it all went down when they got here earlier. Fans camped out. They were all around out here. They have been out here. People traveling at least 5 states away. They came to party along with tailgate, cook, drink, walk their dogs, and then go to Margaritaville.
Looking forward to it. Hear my theme song. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
And that is my theme song too, guys. You can hear it in the background. We're having a great time out here, but we've got to let you know, starting tomorrow at 3 o'clock, there are going to be some roads that are going to be shut down. Oliver from Washington to the Riverfront Drive will be closed. So for more information on that, you can go to ArkansasMatters.com. When you get there, just click on the hot button and you'll get all the information for the big Jimmy Buffett concert tomorrow.
Hey,
Live in North Little Rock, Deidre Wilson. KARK4 News. Back to you guys.
Deidre, I'm going to combine stories here because today is your birthday, which is leap year, a leap day. How old are you technically?
Actually, I'm not legally able to drink, but I can drive.
So
I'm 40 today, Bob. 40.
No, but
40.
in leap years, how old would you be?
I think it's about 10. So my daughter is really older than me. My daughter is really older than me.
We'll stick with the 10. How about that?
How does that work?
All right, dear. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Deidre.
It's so loud out here, guys.
I have a feeling she's going to have a good time. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock there now, right?
The only 10-year-old parrot head.
She's a runaway parrot head. All right, well, stores and homes ripped to shred, but still ahead, a harrowing story of survival from a man who endured the early morning tornado that struck Branson, Missouri.
Plus, we say goodbye to an American icon, Davy Jones, dead at 66. These stories and more in just 60 seconds.
This is KARK 4 News at 10 in high definition with Bob Clausen, Jessica Dean, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Sports with Carrie O'Hara.